because time has just been flying, and I want to start to really make this vlog a thing, because it's about time that I just execute, otherwise I will keep kicking myself. I just got back from Starbucks this morning. I did a journaling session. I have a couple of things that I want to get done. Continue doing a little bit more design work in terms of building my portfolio UX design. And I want to get to the gym and do strength training again. I want to get one Starbucks drink because I have like 160 stars to redeem. Next week is also Kartika's birthday celebration on Saturday. Looking at the euro-dollar, we had price action this week, basically following through from last week's bearish price development. This was on Friday. We had price here that was beginning to show a more confirmed shift of order flow to supply. So sellers were clearly taking more control. That became a lot more obvious on Friday when we finally had much more confirmed bearishness in the market. And then since then, it's just been selling off quite aggressively because bearing in mind the bigger picture, we're also coming off a very significant daily and weekly supply zone, meaning that we have very big sell orders sitting around here. So price has just, for the most of the week, been drifting down, or at least on Monday it was a very, very strong push to the downside. And on Tuesday, we had price in Asia show signs of a retracement from this recent bearish push. So we had a continuation of this bullish retracement on Wednesday, and then after that we are now going into Thursday. So I just want to highlight a couple of the main trades that we could have taken and that were taken. So one that was more recent was last night. So this was around 23rd November. So let me just bring out the object tree and bring out Wednesday and some of the 15-minute zones that were hidden. So the chart may get a bit crazy here, but at this point in time, it was pretty clear that 15-minute order flow was back to bullish, and demand is in control again on the 15-minute after the bearish move from last Friday. And so what made sense throughout the day was to look for buys on the lower time frames, and that for me would mainly be the 5-minute and 1-minute, where those are my execution time frames as guided by the 15-minute. So as the day began, and bearing in mind that this is also an Asia session timeline, so this is GMT plus 8. So London session would be around, let me take out my drawing tools. London session would be around here. And we saw that throughout Asia, price was drifting above. And basically, we had this move to demand during London as volatility began to kick in, and what made sense now was to look for buys at good value areas. And so I just highlighted a couple of significant areas that I was looking at, and from these areas I then tried to look at where it would make sense to enter, and this was also guided by some 1-minute sort of price action. And a couple of these included this trade over here, which was around 5:30 Singapore time. There were also some trades. Of course, these would have to go break even very early because these are very high up the leg, and these are basically premium zones that are not as value areas when it comes to buys. So as you can see, it does make sense why price would want to retrace further. And then we then had a more firm entry over here, which is around 6:30 Singapore time, which also from a liquidity standpoint did clear a lot of the Asia session sort of demand around some of the orders that were here. We did have basically a sweep of that, and this was another firm entry over here. And as price continued to develop, we didn't really get very clear entries from the 15-minute and 5-minute, but there were a couple of lower time frame entries that could have been taken based on sort of a respect of key levels on the lower time frames. So there was a lot of liquidity being built up around here, and then before price would be expected to explode, and then price basically retraced to a level that it was respecting, basically very near-term support. It saw a push from there, came back down, continued to respect this level, if not was prepared to enter here, and essentially it then pushed up, saw a little bit more resistance and traffic around this previous support area, and then pushed up into basically taking out the Asia highs and continuing along with the 15-minute bullish order flow that we were seeing. And right now price is sort of continuing that same theme, where it is currently during London retracing to a key demand level over here. Right now I've taken out my more indicator heavy charts, and I am basically looking at price react from a 4-hour significant supply zone. In fact, I think it's also a daily and weekly major supply zone, and essentially seeing how that is appearing on my 15-minute and 5-minute as we go into the London session. Because overall on the daily we are still actually bullish for the euro dollar in terms of market structure, higher highs, higher lows in that sense. So higher time frames do support a bullish move essentially, but as you can see over here, price is still rolling over. We did touch pretty significant supply that we moved into during London, so right now we are kind of like reclaiming the Asian price range where we were just ascending quite steadily. So we'll see how that goes. At this point in time, my indicators are telling me that it's a decent area to buy for a very quick reversion scalp, which to me still looks a bit risky at this point because of where we are reacting from, and also the very slow ascent that has been taking place for like the past 12 hours. So I wouldn't really eye that for the moment. And as you can see, price has just continued to drop. So let's just see how this develops. Today is a Saturday. I decided to still stay at home because I want to focus and get a lot of productive work done. I did my trading review for the week already in Starbucks earlier on. So and I want to watch some Skillshare and coursera video. Scripting for the coffee chats for the videos, write more articles, practice dance. I'm staying at home today and I ordered a beautiful lunch. There are some days when this looks a lot nicer than it does now. So it's not the most consistent in terms of presentation, but I mean it's